Girl, you so special.
So special, baby.
I don't mind being disrespectful. Girl, I don't mind. Girl, you so special.
We so disrespectful. Oh.
Girl, you can call my phone at 4 in the morning. Girl, you can ride shotgun every time I roll it. Girl, you can come with me to her favorite diner. She even took me home so I could meet her mama.
This is the Disrespectful Lady, and I'm your host, Dr. J. Wagwan. Welcome back. I've missed you. It seems like it's been forever since we taped the show. It's really been about 2 weeks. We haven't caught up. So welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Post-election show. Oh my God. I can just crawl into a hole and just give up right now, but we're not going to do that. I know many of you are disappointed, as I am. Many of you are hurt. Many of you are sad, as well as I am. And this is what we're going to talk about today. I cannot believe it. Our president-elect is Trump. Donald Trump. It's a hard one to swallow. I have to actually say it. President-elect Donald Trump. Wow. Wow. I've been speechless for a couple of days. Part of the reason I have had nothing to say, just speechless. I'm in awe of this. And wow. I know many of you feel like this, right? Just wow. What can we take away from this? There has to be a silver lining. There has to be a reason for this. I believe in life, everything happens for a reason. God makes no mistakes. Even when we can't see it, there's a reason behind this. Donald Trump is elected our president for a reason. Even though it is difficult for many of us to see and understand it, there's a reason behind it. And we may not see it today. It might take us 4 years. It might take us 40 years. But one day we're going to sit back and we're going to say, aha! And that is the reason Donald Trump was elected, because that man is a walking contradiction. I feel as though he has divided this nation, and it's really unfortunate. He used bigotry like Hitler to get into office. Conquer and divide, divide, separate them. And he succeeded. He has divided this nation, and it's turned into a race war almost, again, blacks against whites. And there's only one race. It's the human race. And it doesn't matter what your color is. We all have the same common goal, which is we want to be able to work and live in a free country, take care of our family, have a roof over our head, food on the table, and clothes on our back. We are all one race. We are the human race. And please do not allow this election or this man to divide us any more than it already has. It is... Everyone knows I have been for Hillary, and for many reasons. I feel as though a woman, as a mother, has the vision to see life in a different way. You know, your mother can take care of things, multitask. She's able to take care of so many and wear so many different hats. Whereas men, if you don't agree with me, please feel free to comment. But I find that men can only wear one hat at a time. It might seem strange, but it's true, because listen, I've seen many brothers, fathers, you say, okay, can you please go do the laundry, do the dishes? It's like, no, I can do one thing at a time. Men wear one hat at a time. They're either going to work, or they're going to school, or they're taking care of the children. But to be able to do all of that, it's a little bit difficult and a bit of a challenge for men. Whereas a woman is able to multitask, and she's able to cook and clean and do the dishes and do homework with the kids, give the kids a bath. We're just a different kind of species. But I feel that we all should have given this woman an opportunity to do something for this country. One thing that I took away from this entire election is that I actually saw how racist America is. And I also saw how sexist America is. And it's really, it surprised me. And through all the changes that have come along, all the changes and all the differences that we've thought we've made as black people, black and brown people, as people as a whole, this election truly showed that America is still a very divided nation. We are a very racist nation, and we are still a sexist nation. The idea of a woman in power scared so many, and for that reason they did not vote for Hillary Clinton. The idea of having a black man in office was so traumatic for so many that this is a white lash. We as black people feel that this is a white lash because we got Obama, a black man, into office. Now you guys want a white man in office. Not necessarily a candidate that can do something for the country, but just that he's a white man. There was a mayor who just got put on leave along with his aide because his aide posted on Facebook, oh, it'll be really nice to see a dignified woman in office, not an ape in heels. That's how you look at your first lady, Michelle Obama, who is educated, well-spoken, more so than Melania Trump. More educated than Melania Trump. More class than Melania Trump. She's never been on Playboy. She has college education. She speaks with eloquence and grace. Melania actually took her speech just to emulate the same thing of Michelle Obama. But yet you see Michelle as an ape because she's black. And you see Melania as a classy because she's white. Never mind that she's an immigrant. Michelle Obama has a post on Facebook, or is it YouTube, or Facebook or Instagram, and it says, an immigrant has taken my job. They can't see beyond the hate. You hate that a black man has been in power. You hate to put a woman into power, that you've chosen a bigot who has an immigrant wife. She's an immigrant. But you can't even see that because all you see is the color of her skin. She's white, so yet she's excused from the norm that we are all subjected to. What's unfortunate is many of you who are white privileged and live in this white privileged life and world, that's why you can see Melania Trump as a classy woman. You don't see her for who she is, which is an immigrant, white trash. But you choose to just see the good in her because she's white. And in your white privileged world, you would never experience what we as black and brown people experience. You would never experience Donald Trump's racism. His racism won't affect you. That's why it's easy for you to say, hey, give him a chance. Hey, give him a shot. Maybe white trash is not the proper or politically correct way that I should address our new First Lady. I apologize. But this one white woman put up on Facebook, it would have been a first of many, no matter what we did as a nation. We would have either elected our first female president, which would have been great for the nation and a historical, monumental step in our world and in our culture and in our nation, or it would have been the first of a white trash president. So we have our first white trash president. Congratulations, America. Sorry. Once again, I don't mean to be disrespectful. White trash may not be the politically correct term that I should be addressing our president-elect Donald Trump. I will try to mind my mouth and not be disrespectful, because again, this is the Disrespectful Lady Show. And I'm your host, Dr. J, but we by no means want to be disrespectful. But our first white trash president, Donald Trump, and his white trash, Melania Trump, are in office. Congratulations. I hope you are all happy with what you got. This is what you wanted, so congratulations to you all. And here again, you say, why don't we give him a chance? Why don't we try and see what he could do? I have a few different stances on this. I'm scared. I'm scared as a black person that I don't live in a white privilege world. So it's very easy for you to sit there and say, hey, give Donald Trump an opportunity to see what he could do. You know why I'm scared? Because your white privileged life will never feel the racism that I feel with Donald Trump. Donald Trump's racism, his bias will never affect you the way it affects me. When he turns around and decides to do stop and frisk, all he's putting into office, his cabinets are filled with nothing but racist government. And it's sad. They've overturned stop and frisk. Now he wants to put Giuliani in charge. What do you think is going to happen? Giuliani, he wouldn't even meet with the black activists when he was mayor of New York. He values no one, and he doesn't value us. Regardless of our color, we are still one race. My point today is, no matter what, we are all one race. Racism and bigotry is taught. You're not born racist. You learn it so you can unlearn it. Take an opportunity and get to know a black person. Get to know a black and brown person. Really and truly stop and think about, why do you hate a black or brown person? Simply because of the pigment in our skin, the color of our skin. When you try to lay in the sun and get the same pigment, we have the blood that runs through us, the same blood. Blood runs through you, it runs through me. We have a heart, you have a heart. There is no difference. We are all human beings. We are all the same human race. And that's what we should be fighting for. Let's fight for the human race and how we can better this world. Let's change the world together. It's the Disrespectful Lady. I'm your host, Dr. J. Post-election, President-elect Donald Trump. Yo, I can't even believe he did it. But I give him props. I give him a lot of props because he did it. And we understand why and how he got elected. The FBI really stuck it to Hillary Clinton. That whole email investigation they pulled last minute, that cost her the election. And not only that, but she cost herself the election. She has been dishonest. She did a lot of things. I've never sat here and said, oh, she's a great woman. I always said it was the better of the two evil. Because yet here we are. President-elect Donald Trump doesn't want to live in the White House. Now, you're the president. This is what we do. In America, you've been elected the president, you move into the White House. He wants to stay in New York on the weekends, causing chaos and havoc amongst New Yorkers. The air has, what is it? They've shut down the entire air traffic control. Nothing could come in or out because yet they're scared for his life. Traffic on the ground has been atrocious. Businesses are losing business, suffering. You have to go, Donald. Sorry. You have to go, Donald. You have to go to the White House. This is what it is. And he doesn't want to do that. Donald Trump is a smart man. He really ran for presidency because he wanted to get rid of all those taxes that he owed. And he had a difficult time. He supported the Democrat. He supported the independents. He supported the Republican. He gave all these people tons of money. No one was able to help his situation. So the man said, you know what, I'm going to do it myself. He ran as a Republican because he said it himself. They're dumb enough, they'll elect him. And they did. And here we are. President-elect Donald Trump. I have to stomach that when I say it. My God. President-elect Donald Trump. Should we give him an opportunity? This is the Disrespectful Lady. Mwah. So, this is the Disrespectful Lady, and I'm your host, Dr. J. We talk in the post-election. Donald Trump managed to steal the election, and he did a great job. You know what? His strategy was smart. He was able to own in on middle America, and he used fear. He used the things that he knew middle America wanted to hear. He's not even able to deliver on what he said. One of the companies that he said was he was going to convince them to stay and keep jobs in New York and keep jobs in America, they already packed up and they're leaving. Since he's been elected, that company has literally packed up and shipping out. And what happens to Americans? They've lost their job. One guy says, you know what? The second term is coming. He's not voting for Trump because he says Trump promised that he would keep jobs in America. And that's not what's going to happen. I don't believe it. I believe that when he does cut the taxes for that 1%, and those billionaires get their tax cut, they're going to take their money and they're going to run. And what's going to happen to America? God help us all. Listen. This election showed us a lot of things. I almost want to believe that Donald could do something great for this country because he's a businessman and he's not a politician. So it's kind of refreshing to say, okay, wow, we have someone in office that is normal. But Donald is not a normal. Donald Trump doesn't live a normal life like us. He doesn't go to work like us. He doesn't relate to a black American in the inner city. He only knows how to relate to the 1% of those billionaires living in a high rise. It's unfortunate that we're here, but this is where we are, and maybe he will do something great for America. I don't know. Who am I to say? What we can do is time will tell. But I say this much: nothing happens for a reason. Nothing is a mistake. He's in office for a reason, and I almost see like a buyer's remorse. You ever buy something? You ever go to bed and wake up and feel like, wow, I shouldn't have bought that. It was too expensive. I think it started out like a big joke for him, and here he is. He's the president. Even his wife, Melania, was looking for a sugar daddy, and now she's the first lady. This is not what she signed up for. I don't believe that Donald is ready to sacrifice his life. His business is already suffering. He wants to go to work, but you can't. You're the president now. President-elect, I should say. So he had a meeting scheduled with the transitional team, Obama's as well as his. And President-elect Donald Trump decides to skip this meeting, very important, crucial meeting, and decides to go out to dinner. He decides also, oh, I don't want to live in the White House. Maybe I'll live in the White House Monday through Friday, and I'll do Saturday and Sunday at Trump Tower. This is not okay, and it's not fair. It's not fair to New Yorkers, like I've stated. They're suffering. Traffic, Secret Service, it's crazy. People are sitting in traffic for hours. People's business in the 50s have suffered. Why? Because President-elect Trump doesn't want to go to his office. You have to go to your office. You are the president. I don't think he thought it all the way through, because now he realizes his whole life has changed. You're living in a bubble now. See, I said this before. I wouldn't want to be Obama. I wouldn't want to be Michelle. It sounds great that you're the most powerful man in the world now, but you can't go anywhere. You can't do nothing. You can't even go to the bathroom by yourself. How free are you? I think Donald has a little bit of a buyer's remorse, because he didn't think that he would have to be subjected to the rules that a president has to be subjected to. He somehow feels like he can do whatever he wants, and he has. He can say whatever he wants, and he has, and yet he still got elected president. So what makes you people think that he's going to follow any of our rules or regulations or laws now? He's going to do what he wants to do, and all we can do is wait out for the next 4 years and hope and pray. But I know this much: he is not a politician. He has no idea what it takes and what it entails to be the president of the United States of America. So what is he going to do? He's going to dish off all these work. He's going to hand everything down to everyone, because he can't do it, and he's not going to do it. But time will tell, and we will see. Donald is a businessman. He's not about America. He's about the green dollar. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters to him, is the green dollar. His business is suffering. Watch how quickly he drops this presidential role or status to tend to his business. Donald Trump wanted amnesty. As president, he has it. And we as Americans, we've been fooled and we've been played. It's the disrespectful lady. Thank you for tuning in. Post-election, Hillary. Oh, Hillary. I am so hurt. I am so hurt. I am hurt for her. But she did it to herself. And you know one thing? She should have went out there and campaigned like he did. If you notice towards the end, you didn't see Hillary. You should have been out there fighting. What really surprised me was how much women did not vote for her. It looked like it was her white women that did not support her. But that goes to show you, we live in a sexist country. They'd rather see a crazy white man in office who has no regard or respect towards women than to give a woman an opportunity in office to lead us. More white women voted for Donald Trump than voted for Hillary Clinton. I mean, they said 46% of people just didn't vote. That's how disgusted we all have been with this election. I didn't want to go vote. But I did my part. New York went for Hillary. But every place else, Donald did. He won. And you know, he didn't just win. My God, he swept her. It was like a hard lose for her. And it shows a lot. It shows that the country is ready for a change. We do want something different. I don't know if that thing is Donald Trump, but it definitely showed that we're tired of the regular politicians coming in there and just doing nothing, doing the same old. So in that, I applaud America for trying to make a change. I just don't know if the change should have been Donald Trump. It's the disrespectful lady. Mwah. Thank you for tuning in. Post-election.